Justin Bazanki, Sky News.
Japan has deployed Patriot missiles in Tokyo to defend the city against a North Korean attack. Aegis destroyers equipped with sea-based interceptor missiles have also been deployed in the Sea of Japan. It all comes as North Korea withdrew all workers and suspended operations at a lucrative joint industrial zone it has with South Korea, blaming foreign warmongers. Well, we can now talk to Dr. Robert Kelly, Professor of International Relations at Busan National University. Many thanks for speaking to us on Sky World News. Why is North Korea taking this sort of risk with its own finances?
Primarily because they were goaded into it by Western and South Korean media, particularly South Korean media. The South Korean media basically responded to North Korean threats in the last month with skepticism and cynicism. We've heard this all before and everything else. The North Koreans don't actually want to close Kaesong because it actually nets them an enormous amount of money. But we all began to say that, the media, the analyst community, we began to call it a cash cow and everything else. And the North Koreans explicitly referenced that and then said that is why they closed it. It's a very foolish move, but I think they believe they were painted into the corner by their own rhetoric, and they had to do something or else we wouldn't take them seriously.
And explain to us a little bit more about what Japan's doing at the moment, deploying these Patriot missiles in Tokyo. Do you think this is a realistic threat from Pyongyang?
I do. Well, I don't think they'll actually launch, but I do think that North Korea can hit Japan. That's pretty well established. Japan's not that far away, of course. It's just across the strait. And North Korea and Japan have a pretty rocky relationship. In the 1970s, the North Korean sort of KGB, the North Korean equivalent of the KGB, kidnapped several Japanese citizens, and this has been a constant issue between the two of them. And then, of course, Japan has a serious issue with history and sort of imperialism in the Korean Peninsula during the war. So Japan and North Korea have a very, very nasty relationship, and North Korea has threatened Tokyo also with the sort of sea of fire rhetoric, and that's what this is. The Japanese are stepping up, in my opinion, wisely to defend themselves.
I mean, do you think perhaps instead of actually any sort of nuclear or missile attack, the North Korea might just actually test another nuclear weapon?
I don't actually think that's the case, at least not at the moment. If they did that, it would be so dangerous, it would be so escalatory that it might actually provoke a genuine response. My guess is there will be some kind of missile test in the framework of this immediate crisis. The crisis will then fade in the next few weeks, maybe in a month. The North Koreans will claim that they successfully deterred the imperialist Americans and their Yankee colony, and then it will go away. Because if the North Koreans do actually provoke a serious conflict, they will lose. So this is really meant to sort of sell the regime at home as heroic and fantastic, but then actually to go away because you don't really want a war.
OK, Dr. Robert Kelly via Skype for us there from Busan in South Korea. Many thanks for your thoughts on that this morning. A new single antiretroviral pill is set to change the way